Hey, Sunday night soul timers, how are you doing? Are you feeling busy? Because tonight we're talking about navigating the busy. Okay. That's just the sense I'm getting from everyone. There is a level of like busy and burnout really that picked up in the fall and has not stopped that I'm just sensing from everyone. And it seems to be beyond the normal of what we feel this time of year. And I have some thoughts on it. I don't know if it's just because after the 2 years of, a different lifestyle, perhaps, taking things in some ways easier, that was really a lot harder if you have kids. But there's something about getting back in the routine that just seems to feel really overwhelming for everyone. And, for me, I think it's a bigger sign that the way that we've been living our lives just doesn't inherently serve the human. It's why I left the corporate environment, as many of you know. But regardless, get curious about the messages and start to get curious and ask yourself if we're really supposed to be functioning at this level of constant doing and no time for me. I don't think so. And that can feel like a really big and really overwhelming question. But I think it's a larger message of the time. And I think collectively, we have an opportunity to do something about it. But anyway, I digress. I'm starting on a real zoom out on this. But what I do want to help you with tonight is how to navigate the busy. And I have 3 simple practices for you. And the first one, and I'm just looking at my notes here, is when we get really busy, when we get really overwhelmed, what makes it worse, what exemplifies it, is if we start feeling like a victim to it, right? So if we start getting in victim mentality, and victim mentality is very subtle, and it can also be, really more noticeable, but it can be very subtle. And here's the thing, we all experience it to some degree, whether we'd like to admit it or not. And what happens is you just start feeling like your life is happening to you, that you're just like going through the motions. You're just in this constant reactionary mode, right? And so on this first practice, it's just about a subtle way to start taking your power back. So just own every choice you're making, right? Even if you're, at some, event you don't want to be at, if you're doing something even that you have to do for work that you don't want to do, own the choice. Well, I'm choosing to be in this job, which is why I'm here. So I'm actually choosing to be at this meeting right now, right? I'm choosing to be at this event. Like, do not surrender your power of choice, because when you start feeling like trapped by the world, when you start feeling that the world and life is happening to you, it makes it worse emotionally. That, that feeling of being trapped and that you don't have a say. One, it's an illusion. You do. If you're honest with yourself, you do. You might not like the consequences of those choices. They might not be the right choices because they result in X, Y, and Z, but you're still making the choice. So don't surrender that you're the one choosing your life, even if you don't like the choices that you're currently making, okay? And what the impact of those. So it's really a mental shift, and it works really well. Like when you're, at a pace, that you're doing something like, yes, I'm choosing to, do this, and this because, I want to provide a great living for my kids. I am choosing to be at this PTA meeting tonight, even though I don't want to be there, because I really care about, what's going on in my kids' school. Do you see what I'm saying? So just own your power of choice. It's a mental shift. And when you're feeling like that victim energy, meaning, oh, life is happening to me and why it won't stop and just keep reminding, I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to be here. Okay. So that's the practice number 1. Practice number 2 is what I call find the 15-minute no's. Okay. So we, if you can find, 15 minutes here and there of things to say no to, that can really add up. And by the way, even 15 minutes a day of something to say no to is huge. Like you get that's more time for you. And that's 15 minutes, freaking take it. So what happens when we get in these cycles, it's like it becomes this black or white thinking. We don't look for the small steps. We don't look for the middle ground. And so what I would encourage you to do is look for the things that are even 15 minutes of something you can say no to, right? I have to leave this meeting early. I can be here with you the first 45 minutes, but not, right? Get that 15 minutes. Look in your current calendar. Like, do I need to be in all these meetings? Do I have to be in them for the full time? Can I cancel one meeting a month that adds up to 15 minutes a week, right? So look for an extra 15 minutes where you can find it, and at least an extra 15 minutes a day for you. Take the little no's, take the little wins, right? And within that, if you're just saying yes to everything right now, then what I encourage you to do is no automatic yeses. Instead, pause on things and say, let me get back to you. Stop giving automatic yeses out. So it's kind of like a little two-part, but first and foremost, find the 15-minute no's. And then our third practice is take time to breathe. And I mean this very literally. So with that 15 minutes you've claimed back, 5 minutes of it, and you probably have heard me say this before, set a timer on your phone. And for 5 minutes, close your eyes and do breaths of 4, 4, and 4. Breathe in through your nose through 4 counts. Hold it for 4 counts. Exhale through your mouth for 4 counts. And repeat that over and over until the timer goes off after 5 minutes. Take time to breathe. When you do that kind of breath work, you are helping and supporting your nervous system. You're countering some of the real health effects that this kind of a pace can have upon you. You are making just a little time for you. Take that 5 minutes. Okay, so let me recap. Own your choices, even if you're not liking them. Do not surrender that you're the one choosing your life. So when you're getting in that kind of angst or that victim-y feeling, just remind yourself, I'm choosing this, I'm choosing this, I'm choosing this. I don't have to choose it, but I am, okay? Number 2, look for any spaces where I can say no for 15 minutes, at least a day, or if not even more, that'd be great, but look for the 15-minute no's. Create space in your life for you. And then take time to breathe each day. 5 minutes, set a timer, do that breath, 4, 4, and 4. It's so easy to remember. That if you can just do these little things, you will feel a different. You will help navigate, to me, in my opinion, a paradigm that is fundamentally broken in some ways and does need repairs because it's not serving us. It's not serving a lot of us. This pace that I know so many of you at right now is just not sustainable, right? But that's a bigger topic. Until we do that, these 3 things can really help you. So if you need any help, please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to offer you any support. If you have any topics you'd like me to cover in a future Sunday Night Soul Time, let me know. And finally, as I put in the email, memberships are open right now for the Women's Purpose community. I mean, this is a great way to make time for yourself, to create more life balance, to create space and time for you. We have new memberships start in February. So if you want to get on board with that, let's talk. Okay. I hope you have a great week ahead. Bye for now.